Hi everyone, welcome back to Talent Linker, and today we're going to be creating a simple budget tracker. Starting by, we're going to rename our sheets, and we can just say simple budget tracker. That's going to be our sheet. Then we're going to do some worksheets formatting. So here we are going to do 5 for column width, and for row, then we can do for row height, we can do 15 for, let's do 16 for row height and see how it is. Okay, let's increase it to, so let's increase row height to 20. Good, nice. So, and now we can now do for this, then we can just write simple budget tracker. Good. Then we are going to drag. Let's drag to hem and to, so how we're going to match the center, then to this. Then we increase the font size to, let's increase it to 24. Good. Then let it be bold, and we can actually color it to be red. So I prefer it to be red. If you have any other color that you want to make use, you can make use of any color. So what again do we need to do? We need to then impute our data to the budget tracker. So the first thing I will be doing is imputing our data. So we're going to impute the first one here. You can just do it here. Then we can then increase the, we need to increase the column size here. So let's increase the column size to 13. Good. Here is the column size to 13. Then we need to calculate the remainder. So for remainder or remaining budget, so you can just put it like remaining, just put it like that. Then let's do the font properly. Then box it up. Then we color it properly the way it is. Good. Then we can also change the column size to 20 the way it is. It's good. No, this is much. So we use 13 for this. We are going to be using 13 for it. So then we do our first calculation now, which is equal to this C8 minus D8. Then we calculate, then we drag. So we drag down. Good. So then what is going to be the next one is we are going to bring in our uh, monthly budget, our salary, and some others. So our monthly budget is, let's do the tracking for this properly. Then okay, let's increase this to 14. Good. Then for monthly we have 400,000. Then for this we just need to calculate it. So we just need to say equal to sum sum budget. Okay, we are using spending, not budget. So sum of spending, sorry, sum of spending into bracket. So and what would be this one? Equals to um this, the income minus the sum of spending. So good. Then we need to box it up and make it look nice. Good. So for all this, we need to do some little formatting. Then we notice that some parts are not well arranged. So now we have it coming more cleaner. You can see how cleaner this is coming. So we can also arrange this in a way. Good. This is coming more cleaner. Then we need to format this. So to me, we are using currency, but I would like to use Nigeria currency or Naira. Then you search for it here. So you pick either Yoruba, then for decimal, I don't want zero. I want it to be tracked down to zero. And for these two, I want the same thing. Go back, then just the same way we have it. You can pick Igbo, you can pick any, no, I prefer picking Yoruba. Then, yeah, good. So for spending, we have this color. So for remaining, I'll prefer to use green. So I'll prefer to use green color, very light green color like this. Then that is going to be all for now. So for remainder, I will have to select here, then take it down to the center. Good. Then we are looking much more better here. Then let's take this to the center again. Yeah, definitely we are looking much more better with our. So now we are going to create uh, a chart to show what we've done. So to track all our expenses, to track our data properly, what we've done. So what we just need to do is select here, then control, then select the remainder, then remove this, then go to insert, then go to 2D, then select 2D. You can pick out of these, but I prefer using I'll prefer using this. Then you can just, then what we need to do is clean up this chart. This chart is not properly cleaned up. Then you just need to me, I'll prefer to remove grid lines. I don't like grid lines like that. Then I'll prefer to remove horizontal axis. Then instead, I'll prefer to have my data being labeled. So then I'll I'll just rename this to be remaining budgets or budget balance, remaining budget. Sorry if I'm correct. So remaining budgets. Then I'll have to, so now that we have something like this, it's looking more sharper, but we still need to add more things to it, right? So we need us to go to format and format this table properly. So we just need to format it properly. So sorry. Then what we need to do is I want to change the line color to something more like that of what we have here. So at the remainder, then what I need to do more is then so again gap width, we can reduce the gap width, we can increase the gap width, but to me I guess I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. You can also rearrange some things here. So what I need to do is just drag here. Then for this, I need to drag a bit. So I need to drag it down a bit so that it will look nice. I just need to drag it down a bit. Okay, this is showing very nice here. Sometimes you can actually select it like, then so it is aligned, it's properly aligned now. We don't need to align again. So basically, we've been able to create a simple budget tracker. You can see this is a very simple budget tracker. Now, starting from monthly income of 400, monthly spend 328, and savings, we believe the fact that the remaining more money that was not spent then was pushed to savings. So here is all the estimations, and this is a visualization. Now, here shows where now the remaining budget, you can actually add more by then visualizing where your spending is going to. So let's do spending too. Let's do more. So let's check for spending. Where are we having much more spending? So then you can do more by visualizing where we have much spending. To me, I prefer to go to this bar. So you can see, Then you can also try and do something like this. That let me cancel this. Then you can do something like this. I'll prefer to plot these two together. Then you can pick, just go to recommended charts. You can pick out of these recommended charts to check whatever things you want to check. So to me, I'll prefer to go with, basically, I'll prefer to go with this one, but let's go with this. Let's go with this. Good. Let's go with this. Then what we need to do is just to do some little touching. I don't like the grid lines. Is you can actually decide what grid line you want. So to me, I prefer not to have much grid lines. Now, the series, you can have the much more button than text option, and you can do so many other things with the series. But basically, I I'll prefer to do this again. I'll prefer to do this again. Sorry, I'll prefer to do this again. Then I'll prefer to just to do this again. Then good. Instead, so here's it. Good. This is looking nice. This is looking nice. And what I just need to do is remove these grid lines. And what again? Legend over there, then access over there. Then you just need to increase it. You can change the title bar. You can actually have leave it the way it is. Then for this color, I don't like this color like that. I prefer to use the way everything is. So the color, I'll just go to series budget. Then for budgets, I guess the color is just black. So and I'll prefer to stay by black. And for spending, the color is red. So I'll prefer to stay by red. So what again do we need to do? Then for this, I'll prefer it to be, I'll prefer it to be like that. Except if there's something we can do. Let me check for the label. I'll prefer the label to be like that. So I don't think I want to do anything about the label. So now if you check the chart, you can see how your budget is. You can add more things to it. Actually, you can add more things. You can. So to me, I would prefer to increase this particular width so that we can display it properly. So I'll prefer it like this. Basically, we have it this way. You can see budgets. You can just say budgets and spending. You can just try. You can just write something. I don't have anything I want to write. This is just for learning sake. You can be creative with your writings. So now here is everything you can decide to put now. You can decide to change the narrative for this. Now, if you don't want it to be 20, 40, 60, 80, you can decide to change the narrative also on this. So here is a simple budget tracker that I've created, and I hope you've been able to learn something and how you can build your own, do your own thing from Excel. Do have a nice day.